Listen, I've made millions online, and one of my strongest skill sets is knowing how to market, how to pull people in and grab their attention and get them to buy. But that honestly only gets you so far. Because if you can't get that same customer to come back and purchase again, then you're gonna spend your entire life chasing new people and spending a ton of money on ads. See, most businesses fail within the first year, and it's all because they can't generate repeat buyers. They can't get people to return. They can't build that trust and that loyalty. But here's the truth, it's honestly easier than you think. And in this video, I'm gonna break down every step of how I built multiple businesses that keep customers returning on autopilot. That's right, hands off, automation. Because I don't have time to be sitting there behind a computer 24/7 emailing people. And I know you don't either. So I'm gonna give you the exact strategies I use across every brand I launch, all of it. So make sure you pay close attention, and let's jump right into it. Now, when you're starting a business and setting up a brand, you wanna have something cohesive across the board. So whether you have your own website, you sell on Etsy, Amazon, Walmart, wherever, you wanna make sure that you have a domain that is linked to each one. This is gonna also help you with Google, because when somebody's searching up your brand or searching for that item, having a domain that's linked to each and every single one of them helps it understand who you are. Now, of course, most domains are taken because they've been around for years, but for this, I actually like to use a .store domain. And the reason being is because we're selling items. So it links across the board because that's what we're doing. It makes perfect sense, especially if you're selling on all these different platforms. So I'm gonna jump on .store to just show you how to set this up really quick. Not to mention, you have some big names that are actually using .store already, such as Mr. Beast, Ronaldo, and even Hermits, which honestly, one day I want to fly on their plane. But anyway, here we go. We're just gonna create this brand so I can show you how to check this out and also get a deal right now that's going on so that you get this domain for 99 cents. So the first thing we have to do is come up with that brand. Let me think. So right now I'm actually wearing the Bruce Wayne Rolex. So let's just go with I am Batman. How about that? I am Batman. Watch it actually be taken. Let's see, search. And it's available. This is great. Okay, so as you see, it's $29 and $4.99 if I use this. But if I actually check out with my code, George, it'll only be 99 cents. So I'm gonna click add to cart, gonna click proceed, and I'm gonna put George as the code. There we go. It is now 99 cents. Do we need privacy protection? That's completely up to you, but just to show you, 99 cents, there we go. I am Batman.store. Now, after you check out, you actually get access to all these other options and discounts, which I love. I'll actually leave the link below just in case if you want to check it out. But you get essentially $1,600 in business tools for free. So I don't know if you actually have to check out first before you get this, but I'll leave the link just in case. So you have the link for the code to get that .store for 99 cents and also all these savings. Now, after you set up the domain, the next thing you want to do is you want to mask it. Now, what that means is you have, I am Batman.store, but you want that to be displayed on every single site it goes to. Because if you just do a redirect of, say, I am Batman, and it goes to Etsy and then just shows your shop, Etsy, it doesn't seem as personal. So what you do for this is you just use a company like short.io. If you notice in all my descriptions, I actually use a shortener. Now, I'm not currently masking those because I really don't care. You are going to the site anyway. But in this case, when you're building a brand, it does matter. So you'd be able to type it in as yourbrand.store /Etsy or /Amazon, or even just homepage for your website. From there, using this, it'll mask it, which means each time that they're on Etsy or on, say, Amazon, it'll actually show your .store domain. In addition to that, it gives you a ton of features such as, hey, where are people coming from and where are people going? And to show you the back end here, this is something I did for Amplified. When I was part of Amplified, I was pushing people there to come and watch me. And it gives you a ton of information. So it tells you how many total clicks you had, which is just the total in general. And then human clicks is your unique clicks. From there, you can break it down by the day. You can even go by the hour and see how many per hour was actually coming through. Now, obviously, it's been a while because Amplified is over, so there's no content here. Well, as crazy as it is, one person clicked over here. Scrolling down, this is where this is important, having this information, is because I can actually target and see where they came from city-wise as well as the country. not to mention who referred them and also what operating system they're using. And this all comes into play later when we're using Facebook ads to start targeting people. The more information we have about a consumer and where they're coming from, the more we can dial in and target them specifically, because we want to be able to reach them on the devices that they're using and also those top cities. So now that we have the domain set up and we have a structure where it's being masked, so every site that you go to shows that domain, the next question is, how do we get those customers in? How do we get their email address? And also, how do we have them become an employee for us? Yes, that's right. How do we get them to work for us? So with this, what I like to do is I create funnels. Because if we send them to a website and it's just not easy or fun and adaptive, then they just kind of get bored and they leave. One, we need to create value because it's a give to get. What are we giving them in order to get their information? And two, can we make the process fun so that they definitely give us that info? So with funnels, it creates this very unique way of collecting that info without making them feel like they're just giving it away for free. And for this, I like to use a company called Perspective. And I've been using them for quite some time, and you may even see that if you join my school community from one of my Facebook ads. Now with Perspective, you literally can create an entire funnel within just 30 minutes, okay? Not to mention, it collects just funnels, we can collect our messages, we have total metrics of that, as well as the contact history workspace, and it connects to over 5,000 applications. And just to show you a funnel that I've created that actually goes to my school community, right here, it goes through everything with a video, some information about it, some testimonies, and you get a free 7-day trial. Plus, even after that, it's only $1 a month, so it's kind of a win-win. But this gives people a little bit more information than just going to my school platform and just seeing a video. Now, when you're setting up a funnel, you have a ton of different templates that you can do through this company. You have your appointments, strategy calls, lead magnets, coaching offers, so on and so forth. Those aren't things that you're going to personally use as a store. Scrolling down to the bottom here, you can see we have blank, we have a survey, contests, coupons, quizzes, product finders, as well as a tester and recruiting quiz. We even have case studies, all right? This is where you get more information from your customer. And when you're collecting their email, you also want to get their phone number. You also want to ask them a little bit of information about what they like, what products they like to see, what do they want to see in the future, and what can you do for them. Now they're instantly starting to see the value by giving you that information. Then from there, you want to follow up. You want to follow up with these different quizzes. This is where they become the employee, not so much the customer anymore. And this is how you get them to come back. You have them help you create your next product. You'll send them an email that leads to this funnel. And I'll show you in a second on how to just set this up. You send them to that funnel that now says, this is what we're thinking about launching. What do you think? What do you think about this color? What do you think about this design? What do you want to see us launch next? And from there, you're having them help you pick your next product. They feel like they're involved in the company. And when you launch that next product, they feel like they're the ones that made it. And they're going to rush to buy it. They're going to show it to their friends and their family and say, look what I created. Look what I made. This company made this for me. And that's how you're going to continuously get them back each time. So to just show you how easy this is, right? Say if we're doing right here, we will do a product finder. As I launch this and I click use template, I instantly have my pages on the left. So category, the taste, the feeling, location, seasons, opt-in. Obviously, this is just generic, so you would just change this into whatever you wanted, right? So for this example, it's saying smoothie. In this, you would say, hey, what do you like? Have a little bit of information about it, and then they would click and go next. As soon as they click on one of these options, it actually will take you to the test. Like I said, you want to make this fun and easy and clickable. That's the whole point of a funnel versus having a website or just an email and saying, what do you guys think? From there, they're choosing what flavor they like. Do you like fruity, nutty, fresh, tropical? Again, you replace this with what you're selling. In this case, what colors do you like? What designs do you like? Then after that, what type of feeling, so on and so forth. And you can actually delete these too. I don't want this one, so I just delete it because I want it to go from here to right to the location. So you can mix and match and make this funnel however you want. And by the end of it, you've gathered information from them that one, you're going to use to future your business, but two, you now know more about your customer than you did before. And this is where having this application is important because of what it connects to, which is the next step about automating this entire process. Like I said earlier, it connects to over 5,000 things. So the one I personally use myself right here is GoHighLevel. This literally runs every single thing I do. And what I mean by that is my social media, my emails, my phone calls, my chat bots, everything is automated through HighLevel. But not only does it connect to that, you also have Zoho, which honestly, if you've never used Zoho before, all their applications are just incredible. So check them out. It connects to WhatsApp. So if somebody wants to WhatsApp you, it connects to there, which you can also automate, again, through HighLevel. You also have Hotjar. If you have a website, Hotjar is the shit because it will show people where you're actually going, shows those hot and cold spots. And this is great for when you're navigating things and trying to figure out, okay, I want to put this here, or I want to put this there. And if you don't know how to use that and you're interested on me teaching you how to design a website and use things like that and really understand where they're going, then drop a comment below so I can make that video next. Now, in addition to that, obviously you have your Meta Pixel as well as a TikTok Pixel and your Google Analytics. These are important because we want to be able to retarget people over and over. That's the point. We're trying to get them back to buy more. So having all these integrated inside your funnel allows you to be able to target them and be seen by them no matter where the hell they are and where they're going to shop next, or where they even just like to spend their time when they're bored sitting on their couch. So the next thing after that is we have the funnel, we have their information. Now we need to automate the process. We have their info and we need to continuously keep up with them. Because the worst thing in the world is getting their info, such as their email and phone number, and then just ghosting them like they were a bad date. You want to continuously be in their inbox, whether it's in their phone or their email. You want to be seen as much as you can. You don't want them to ever forget who you are. That's why when you go to certain sites and you almost check out, but it just ends up being in the cart, you leave and next thing you know, you have 3 text messages and 4 emails. They're like, hey, you forgot something. Come pick it up. And then even if you just ignore all those, somehow it ends up in the promotion section in your Gmail account. This is all by design to continuously bring you back each time. Now, what I like to do for this is I use HighLevel for, like I said, everything automated. And I'm gonna give you an example of one of my birthday promos. So I like to gather their birthday information. Or if I'm selling in the wedding industry, which I do as well, I like to gather their anniversary. Now, once their birthday hits or their anniversary, it triggers and it sends them an immediate email. In this email is a discount. It says, hey, it's your birthday. We want to give you something. 1, they like it because they get a birthday wish. And 2, we're also giving them something. So why the fuck wouldn't you like what you just received, right? Because I don't know about you, but I like free stuff on my birthday. Either way, sometimes you get packed with a ton of emails, especially on your birthday, and text messages, and you might not see it. So in that case, I wait 6 hours right here. Then it splits. Do they open it or did they not? Now, I don't want to wait a whole day because it's their birthday. If I wait a whole day, then I miss their birthday, right? So after 6 hours, if they didn't open it, it sends a text message saying, hey, happy birthday. Again, same information as their email, but now in a text form. Now, say if they did open it, but they actually didn't go to the site. In that case, it's going to wait 24 hours. And then if they opened it and they didn't go to the site, then it's going to send another email saying, hey, belated birthday, we missed you yesterday. Don't worry, we still have your birthday present ready. Now, if they did actually end up going to the site, but they just didn't pull the trigger, then I'm going to send them an SMS text as well, saying, hey, why didn't you check out? And then from there, it actually is connected to a chat bot. This allows them the availability to actually chat and text me, but they're not really texting me, they're texting a bot that I created. So for that, you would just go over here to voice AI or conversational AI. This would be depending on if you want somebody to call you or if you want to text them. So on the website, you always see those little chat buttons. You do the same thing through the text as well as conversational email, which we'll get into later because that's a little bit more advanced. And again, if you want to see anything like that, drop me a comment so I know to make that video next. Either way, this is super easy to create. You just click a button, you say, do I want to browse the marketplace or create a custom one? You give it a name, you give it a voice, and you even give the LLM model. Yes, it learns. So not only after you click next, you can add all that information in there about how to answer these consumers correctly, but also it can connect to the different LLMs right here, as you see, ChatGPT 5, 4.1, Claude, Gemini, and so on, so that it's able to answer questions in real time that you might not have necessarily already put in your document. Now, this also works with social media. If you ever see when somebody posts and says, leave a comment saying money, and I'll send you a DM. They're not sitting there behind their phone or their computer DMing each and every single person. It's all done with these chatbots. It's all automated. And this is all available through GoHighLevel. Now, this is how you expand, and this is how you grow. Because on your social media platform, you're going to link them back to that funnel. That funnel is going to be done underneath your domain name. Everything, again, being cohesive, one brand. Once they fill out that information, you have more info on them, more data, and you are completely automating everything to stay in their face 24/7. We're going to utilize Facebook ads and our Google Analytics to always know where they are and what they're doing. And as I said earlier, you're going to make them the employee so they start building your success. Now, I'm going to leave a link for each one of these below so that you could test them out for 30 days. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about how anything here works, then one, either join my school community, which is only $1 a month and has a 7-day free trial, or drop me a comment in the video. As always, you know I love to hear from you, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.